Morning friends, welcome to my Cosy Haven. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you've clicked my video today. I'm just going to chat to you about the books that I read this week and what my reading plans are for the weekend, and any other general plans I have. Oh, wait a minute, the sun's out. Ooh, I can see blue sky. I haven't seen blue sky for at least a week, guys. It has been, the weather here has just been nothing like you're getting in America and Canada. No snow, nothing like that. It's just been dull. It has been grey. No sunshine, just grey. With rain. And cold. And it's just, you just want to cuddle up and do not very much. So that's what I've actually done this week. I have cuddled up and I've done not very much, which is sort of been good and sort of not been good. There have been things I wanted to do and I have to say I have ticked them off that I've done them, which is great. But I haven't actually been majorly productive. But hey, that's the way it goes and that's the way I'm okay with at the moment, so that's fine. But oh, it's lovely to see some blue sky. Ooh, that's nice. Anyway, shall we go on with the reading, will we? So the first book I finished on my Kindle, if you hold on a minute while this just decides to waken up, and where am I going? So when I want, no, I don't want that way, I want to go to there. Just chat while you're there. No, I didn't do that, that's not what I want you to do at all. Come on. Come on. So yeah, the first book I finished was Dangerously Falling by Sophie Tuvey. I received this, I'm part of the ARC team for this series. It is called Valentine's Falls series. I'm really pleased that I've become a member of this ARC team. This is the first book. So let's tell you about it. So we meet Olivia, and Olivia has come over to America, to Valentine's Falls, to spend time with her sister, who is married and is now living in America. Her sister now, because of the man that she's married, Nathaniel, is moving in, shall we say, circles that she wouldn't normally moved in. So galas, big dinners, blah de blah. He's a really big, I think he's a millionaire and a really good businessman. So Olivia goes to this gala, and Olivia is a police lady in London and is overcoming the death of her partner, her police partner. But her police spidey senses are heightened when she sees this gentleman, and he goes to talk to obviously her brother-in-law and her sister, and at one point he comes over to where she is and he goes, "You need to move," and she's like, "No, I don't." And this is Sebastian, and it ends up because of he's undercover, working for the CIA, trying to stop a sex trafficking ring. And Olivia gets drawn into the undercover investigation because Sebastian and Olivia end up having to do like a fake relationship. I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one 4 out of 5. Really good characters. I really like the plotline, and also there's good character development with both Sebastian and Olivia. I loved the setting. The setting was just delightful. It's, it just seemed such a nice town to be in, and I'm not going to say too much because I really don't want to give a plotline away, but I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and I would recommend it. I really would. So thank you for Sophie for allowing me to be on the ARC team for this. I am really grateful and thoroughly enjoyed it. I then finished Finding Home in Heartfell by Suzanne Snow. This book I got when I did a blind date with a book unboxing, and this was a brilliant pick. It really was. So we meet Pippa. And Pippa is the oldest of her family. She seems to be the person that everyone in her family goes to when they want something, when something goes wrong. She kind of seems to be, shall we say, the fixer in the family. Her father, who is a rock star and whose band at the moment is touring in Australia, phones her and says, "Right, I need you to go and sort things out at Home Farm in Heartfell, Yorkshire." So Pippa goes and takes with her teenage daughter Harriet. They arrive at the house, and it doesn't look like it's been lived in or anything like that. It's not very welcoming, but they spend the night, and then the following morning, when she goes into what she thinks is the room that Harriet sleeps in, she finds this man and his dog. And the man happens to be Gil, who is the local vet, who runs like a vet's practice out of one of the stables. And she hadn't been told that he was there. They don't exactly get along to begin with. And she's like, "Why did my father send me here?" And she's very much, "I'm going to put the house in the market." But then she gets to living in the town or in the house, and gets to know people in the village. Her daughter starts coming out of herself again. Her daughter starts to take an interest in animals and helping people. Pippa herself, ends up having to spend time working at the vet's practice and gets a feel of, what having the vet's practice where it is means. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It was a really good read. I loved the characters. I loved the plot. I loved the setting. I love Yorkshire Dales anyway. I loved the setting. I liked seeing how Pippa grew, also how Harriet grew and blossomed, and just how they became involved in the village life. So thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm going to be interested to see if there is another Heartfell book, because if it is, I definitely want to read it, because I just really enjoyed it. It was a lovely read, and just made me want to go back to the Yorkshire Dales for a while. So there we go. I then picked up Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Gave this one 3.5 out of 5. Oh, the Heartfell one I gave 4 out of 5. Gave this one 3.5 out of 5. I'd started it and then soft DNF'd it and picked it up again. So we meet Emily, and Emily is she's PhD researching into fairies and people's meetings with fairies, etc. And she is head off to an island. I think it could be kind of like in the Scandinavian archipelago, somewhere around about there. And her accommodation is basic, but she's okay with that. And she starts her research, and then she gets a letter from a colleague saying, "I'm coming to help you." And she's not too happy about this, but Wendell Bambleby arrives, and you know that there's something different about Wendell. And when he arrives, like, their lodgings is smartened up, and the food becomes a bit better, etc., etc. And it's the story of them. Won't they get on? And also the story of him becoming a better researcher and her becoming a more outgoing person. And it's the story of their relationship with the fairies that they find, getting themselves out of some very sticky situations. It's Emily finding out really what Wendell is, and with his help and with the two of them working together, they can possibly make things even better. I did enjoy it. Yes, I've tabbed it a wee bit. Not towards the end, it was like not, but to begin with, yes. I don't want to sort of say too much about it. It was beautifully written, and some of the descriptions of the nature and the fauna was it was lovely. It was really, really nice. And sort of the descriptions of fairy courts, etc. was very, very interesting. Will I read the next one? I possibly will, but not just now. I think the thing that draws me to the second one is the fact that it's set in the Austrian Alps, and I love Austria, so I think it's possible that I will read the second one, but I say not at the moment. There are other things I want to read, but no, I did enjoy it, and I'm glad I have read it. Then I read Falling for My Showmance by Wendy Rich Stetson. This is the second book in the Valentine Falls series. So again, really happy I'm on the ARC team for the whole series. So we meet Emmy, and Emmy is an actress. And was supposed to be, she's herself and one of her friends wrote this musical play to do with Emily Dickinson's poems called Flybuzz, and it's opening on Broadway, but Emmy's been kicked from the show. Basically, she had been doing like pre-Broadway stuff and she got kicked from the show, so she comes back to Valentine's Falls to basically lick her wounds. And her brother, who's the mayor, has said, look, I want you to help, want you to be part of the new theatre production of Peter Pan. She thinks she's acting in it, but in fact she's directing it. And it isn't adults, it is children. And she's had some experience of dealing with children, but not a lot. And this is the story of her and another gentleman called Boone. And Boone he's been renovating, himself and his team have been renovating the old theatre. And there's also Florrie, and Florrie was their theatre teacher when she was in school. And it's basically Emmy and Boone and Florrie, and it's the story of them putting on a performance of Peter Pan with kids, and how they get the kids involved in the story, and how they get the kids to actually put the bits of the story together. It was brilliantly written. It really was. You felt you're part of it. I loved the descriptions of the theatre. I loved the descriptions of what Emmy was doing with the kids, how the kids were reacting, and just everything to do with it. It was so, so good. Yes, is there a possible romance between Emmy and Boone? I'm not sure. You're going to have to read. I'm not telling. And also, it's like there's some mystery happening at the theatre as well. Somebody's trying to sabotage things, and it's like, who's doing it and why? And there's also this older gentleman that's sitting out in the town, beside the fountain, writing notes. What's he doing? Wonderfully written. Great characters. I loved the development of this one. I really enjoyed being back in the town. I liked meeting new people in the town, meeting Emmy's family, seeing how she and Boone work together. Boone's daughter Maisie is a beautiful character. Really, really enjoyed it. yes, Wendy, thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure to read this, and I gave this one 4.5 out of 5. So if you've seen a bit of drop off in light, it's because my battery's about to die, and I just bring my charger up, so I'm going to kind of rattle through this. So what am I reading this weekend? I'm reading 50 Ways to Say I'm Pregnant by Christine Rimmer. This is part of the Bravo Family Ties series. I'm reading this for Sarah and Storm's Retro Romance Readathon. I will leave a link to both their channels down below. So I'm on chapter 3. The chapters are quite long, but yeah, I'll probably get a fair chunk of this read this weekend. I'm also reading on my tablet a Deliciously Ella cookery book. I thoroughly enjoy reading that. I love her cookery books. I have one, and I've now got this one on my Kindle, which is great. I definitely make meals from it, which is good. What are my plans for the weekend? Household chores. Watched last night. Well, the Six Nations have started. They put the first game on last night, which was France-Ireland. I did not see France winning that by so much. France were just, they were so good last night. They really were. I suspect they will possibly win the Six Nations again this year. Excuse me, because they are just so powerful. And then the Winter Olympics opening ceremonies tonight. I don't know if I'll watch that. I kind of, once you've seen a lot of them, once you've seen them, you've seen them. Do you know what I mean? So I might watch it, I don't know. And I will watch some of the Winter Olympics because I do like my skiing and my skating and everything else. I do enjoy watching that. I will watch the other 2 Six Nations games tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So that's going to be my weekend of Winter Olympics, rugby, and household chores and reading. Yes, definitely reading. So that's it for this video. Actually, no, it's not. Just hold the front door. I was upset when I read, and Sarah told us this week, Sarah from reading category romance, that Harlequin, Mills and Moon are stopping their historical line. It's crazy. These books are loved. I mean, a lot of people love their Harlequin, Mills and Boon, their special edition, everything. So, guys, no, don't. Mills and Boon, Harlequin, do not stop these lines. Please don't stop these lines. They are so, so good. We love them. We love them for a reason, and we read them for a reason, and that's because we love them. And stop taking away books that we like. You know, you've took away the Dare line. Okay, I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I know people that did. You gave us Afterglow. I don't know that that's doing as well as Dare did. But stop taking away these really, really good lines. People buy these books. We collect these books. So stop doing away with them. I know you want to appeal to a younger audience. Fine, you've got Afterglow for that. You've got other books and other publishers do that. Do not take away from your generations that have loved your books and kept you going for generations. We will keep you going because we will keep buying these books. We will keep reading these books. So stop. It's not fair to us. So what I'm going to do down below in the description bar, I'm going to leave the postal address and the email address for Mills and Boon UK. I will also leave the Harlequin postal and email addresses. Please, guys, if you love these books as much as we do and we want to see them stay, we need to start shouting. And that because we need to be heard. And if we start bombarding them with letters, emails, then maybe they're going to sit up and actually listen to us. Because if not, we're going to lose these books. And that is not right. I am having big difficulties in getting certain authors over here in the UK because they're not being stocked in bookstores anymore. And I've been complaining about it. But I think I'm probably one voice. But if we band together people that love these books. If we band together, maybe we can stop the publishers getting rid of lines that we love and we want to read. So please, please write to them, email them, and just keep doing so until we stop them getting rid of these books that we love. Anyway, that's it. My rant is over now. But I hope you will join me. And hopefully, you know, as I say, the more people that we can get writing and emailing to these publishers, that they will take heed. Anyway, friends, that's it for this video. I hope you have a good weekend and that you stay warm and cozy wherever you are. But until my next video, friends, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.